She handed me the cup with a smile, porcelain white. No steam. Especially for you, she murmured, voice soft, too practiced. Her hand trembled, but it wasn't nerves. It was hesitation. Around us, no one paid attention. Her mother griped about airfare. Her father nursed his second glass of wine. My wife laughed too loudly at a joke that wasn't even funny. I glanced at the coffee. The scent hit me wrong, a faint metallic edge under fake sweetness. Something in it didn't belong in a cup. She kept her eyes fixed on me, unblinking, pupils locked. I gave her a smooth, polite smile, carefully switched my cup with her mother's when no one was watching. An hour later, her mother started coughing, then choking. The room cracked open in panic. I sat quietly, sipping water. I watched my wife break down in tears. I watched her sister turn pale. And I watched the truth begin to leak through every false expression in that room. But this didn't begin tonight. 3 days ago, after dinner, wine half finished, her eyes soft, she said casually, I was thinking maybe we could help Nia with her business. She just needs $150,000 to get started. I didn't answer right away. It wasn't the money. It was the way she asked, like my yes was a given, like it wasn't really a question. I told her no, calmly, rationally. We weren't in a position to throw cash at long shots. Her expression didn't change, but something behind her eyes did. She said, okay. But it wasn't. 3 hours later, she stepped out to take a call. Door half closed, voice hushed. He said no. Yeah, I was supposed to be asleep. I wasn't, and I wasn't blind. That was the moment the quiet inside me stopped being passive. I began watching. It wasn't about the money. It was about what they thought they could sneak past me. I didn't ask questions. I just observed. Phone calls cut short when I walked in. Conversations rewound into silence. My wife started changing passwords she used to hand me without a second thought. Nia started showing up more, smiling too brightly, laughing too hard. A casual hand on my shoulder, like it meant nothing. It didn't feel like flirting. It felt like a challenge. So I checked the bank accounts. Small cash withdrawals. Careful, quiet, almost invisible. Her laptop was harder to crack, but not impossible. One evening, while she visited her parents, I stayed home. I got into her emails. I found a thread between her and Nia. Subject, make sure he says yes. Attachments, projections, business models, financial promises. But that wasn't what hit me. It was how they spoke. You play the sweet wife. I'll butter him up. He's not complicated. He's not complicated. That line echoed in my head for 2 sleepless nights. I hardly slept, barely even blinked most nights. They thought I was easy to read, a simple man with simple habits. So I played the part. I smiled when I was supposed to, kissed her goodnight, and quietly bought a tiny hidden camera. I tucked it above the stove, right where she liked to murmur her secrets while cooking. What I recorded wasn't just scheming. It was betrayal plotted like a business deal. The footage ran for 5 minutes. Her and Nia laughing, conspiring. She's not actually going to poison him, right? My wife asked, half laughing. Nia rolled her eyes. Of course not. Just something to make him feel off. Then we hit him with the health scare. Say it's stress. Get power of attorney signed. Laughter. They didn't just have a plan for me. They had a script for my downfall. I watched the video twice. Once for the facts. Once for the gut punch. Then I sent it to myself, saved backup copies, and waited for family dinner. The dining table was set for 10. Smiles all around. Casual talk. Drinks flowing. Nia handed me a cup of coffee. Especially for you, she said sweetly. I didn't blink. Didn't hesitate. Just swapped it quietly. Her mother's cup taking its place. Then I watched. Watched her mother sip, cough, choke. Panic spread like wildfire across the table. And I just sat there, calm, steady, untouched by the storm. I knew the truth. Now, so would they. I waited. Waited until the paramedics took her mother away. Waited until her father stopped yelling. Waited until Nia's hands finally stilled. Then I stood up, pulled out my phone, pressed play. Their voices spilled into the room. Sharp, familiar, venomous. No one said a word. My wife slapped a hand over her mouth. Nia shrank back, like hearing her own voice hurt to the touch. I let the recording play in full. No words. No explanations. When it ended, I looked straight at Nia. You said it was made especially for me. I said quietly. Her mouth opened, nothing came out. Then I turned to my wife. You asked me for 150 grand. You nearly got it. Nearly. She broke down in tears. I felt nothing. By then, the damage wasn't emotional. It was something deeper, something that hollowed me out from the inside. I've sent a copy to your father and to a lawyer, I added flatly. They'll know how to handle it. I didn't stick around for questions. I wasn't waiting for half-baked apologies. I walked out, left them trembling in that suffocating silence. I drove home alone. No music, no headlights, just the tires on slick pavement and the quiet thud of a heart sealing itself shut. People think betrayal scorches you. It doesn't. It freezes you, locks your bones in ice. I didn't walk away because I was furious. I walked away because I no longer believed she was real. Why waste love on a lie-wearing skin? She played her hand. I played mine. I just played it better. When I stepped inside, tossed my keys on the counter, and poured a drink, I finally smiled, not because I'd won, but because now they knew I'm not so simple after all.